Hey, what's up, YouTube world? It is your girl here, the Venusian Bull, and I'm back with another video, and we are going to be discussing Uranus in the third house. And as a reminder, the third house does have to do with communication of all kinds, media and technology, as well as short distance travel, siblings, cousins, early childhood upbringing, neighbors, and things of that nature. All right. So Uranus is actually a really great placement to have in the third house, as it incorporates two things that Uranus represents, like kind of on a higher octane, which is communication and technology. So this was definitely like the math and science geek in school that was probably getting straight A's in those classes, and everyone was asking if they could do their homework or copy their work. You know how you have that smart person in the class, oh, let me see your homework. That was the Uranus in the third house, because they're just smart as hell. Their knowledge and intelligence is immense, especially as it pertains to abstract topics, especially in technology. So yeah, more on that later. They're always on social media and probably the one starting a Facebook group for like-minded individuals. So this like kind of takes the social media step up a notch, because you want to create groups, you want to create organizations, you want to create a camaraderie, and Uranus rules Aquarius, so it's all about friends, you know what I'm saying, and like-minded individuals. So Uranus in the third house is similar to having Uranus in Gemini with an Aquarius flare. You probably had a lot of friends in your childhood, but were also seen as weird and the outcast in school. And just the way that you communicated and the way that you came off, the way that you spoke may have been kind of weird or strange, or like, huh, what you doing, girl? That kind of thing. You probably became more comfortable with your weirdness as an adult, because usually if you have your Uranian heavy in your chart, you're like comfortable in you being weird and odd. Your communication style, while very informative, can be too abstract for like the average person to get, and you may have the tendency to talk down to people thinking that you're smarter than them, so you can come off kind of condescending. So just keep that in mind. Uranus in the third house. I understand that you're the smartest person in the world, but everybody doesn't understand things the way that you do. To kind of take out the technological aspect and add a little bit of warmth. I know that's not your thing, but let's try to do that. This is someone that's not afraid of hurting your feelings with words, and they have an immense vocabulary for sure. So they know how to cuss you out without ever using the cuss words. Like those types of people, like just like shut it down with a thesaurus. So your mind thinks in the future when it comes to pretty much everything. So you're not as like nostalgic about the past, or like your early childhood education. Of course you remember stuff from growing up, but you're not really as nostalgic about that, because you're more thinking about the future. That's where your mind operates, in the future, and what's happening in kind of generations to come, and what kind of technology is gonna kind of be around in the next generations and things like that, more from a technical standpoint, because Saturn thinks about the future, but from like a providing and legacy standpoint, Uranus is like, technology advancement and things of that nature. Where was I? You're the person that everyone comes to fix any of their devices, so their computers, their phones, their iPads, whatever electronic device you have. Uranus in the third house is there to fix it. You're kind of like the tech guru. You're also the one who takes their communication style to the next level. Like I always say, Uranus is Mercury on crack, another universe almost. You're always like way past being detail oriented. Like you exceeded, like you're just so like specific and particular about things that particularly involve, technology and science and math and numbers and things of that nature. I would say this is also a really great placement for a rapper, because you have an immense, vocabulary, and Uranus has to deal with communication, so that's really good. And you could also be like the computer hacker. you can take the computer apart, put it back together again. You can probably figure out anybody's password. You just understand these types of devices. So, just be careful. Make sure these people are legit if you letting them fix your stuff, because they might, be trying to steal some information. If they're an honorable person, then they won't. But, you may be doing it for, a good cause or something like that. So, but just keep your passwords and your firewall safe if you're dealing with the Uranus in the third house. But they do have that kind of knack to just kind of like create a computer from scratch or something like that. Like just, all of that. I don't know all of the technology vocabulary, but you know what I'm saying if you kind of had this placement or been around these types of people. All right, so that's what I have for Uranus in the third house. Once again, let me know if this resonates with you. Oh, and in terms of travel, you may have an obsession with like space and things of that nature. So that's something to also keep in mind. But yeah, that's what I have for Uranus in the third house. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know if this resonates with you. And I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.